Hi everyone, welcome to Afterwards. Let's talk about session 30. So originally session 30 was supposed to happen already in Espervald, but after session 29 ran a little long because there was a lot of stuff we had to do in Marenton, I decided let's give them a little more time in Marenton. So I gutted the session, kept my monster, and tried to figure out what was going on. I'll talk first about my my armor. I called it Witch Armor originally, but it's much better as a Wrath Fiend. So it is the combination of Christine and Jamie. It has, of course, Jamie's Witch Bolt and sort of his green energy combined with Christine's armor and armor class, which worked out really well with it actually being Demarin armor in that hall. Like I said during our questions, comments, concerns, that was sort of the setup that kept giving, where I didn't have any plans, but it was like, oh, and then I can link this. I was like sort of coming up with the session as it was happening with like, and of course it's what I love about D&D as a storytelling medium, is that, you know, something that Vel does can influence what Jamie does, which will influence what I do. So like while I'm doing the conversation with Vel and Darius, I'm kind of reading the energy to figure out how then I can bring Jamie in. The decision to bring Jamie in, of course, was a great setup in the way that Jamie reacts. Then, of course, gave me some ideas on how to push it forward. It's the weave, and it's the way of, it's not one person's choice or one person's story. It's the DM isn't driving the boat. It's the DM is reacting to the players and finding ways to lead them in a direction. That you're just taking their energy and then sometimes giving them something to play off of. And when it works out like it does tonight, you leave the table with a really good feeling. I think everyone tonight left with a really good feeling, so I was really happy with that. Everyone seemed happy and excited moving forward, which hasn't always been the case, but this one was good and we'll be excited to come back next week. So back to the Witch Armor. The setup was really fun for that. Again, armor class 22, which is the same number as Christine, which is really high for monsters, and it had 135 hit points. I considered bumping it down to 100, but then after Clarion did 27 damage with that magic missile, I was like, they got this. But really it was a race against time because, like I said, I was blasting them for 66 damage apiece. Not six-sided dice, but 6D damage apiece. And it was supposed to recharge. The recharge feature is interesting. This is the first time I've really used it. And I considered it being 5 to 6, but then I decided 4 to 6. Maybe I should have kept it 5, 6. When I bring him back, I'll probably adjust it to 5, 6. So he doesn't quite destroy them so fast. But he is he's not a glass cannon, but he is certainly a hard to hit glass cannon. The devils are supposed to have advantage on saving throws against spells. I've had that on all of them, but I haven't been doing it. Perhaps it would have made this battle last a little longer and been a little bit more deadly, but it really sucks that there's just like to have him have high AC and advantage on saving throws. It's really shitty, so I didn't do that. Sorry, I said shitty. I don't know if I'm not supposed to swear or not, but
language.
Yeah, language. We saw the Avengers last weekend, and we were talking at the end of this, kind of building the five-man band in the Avengers versus the five-man band in Threshold. We decided that Christine is, watch, I'm gonna get the most comments about this than anything else. Christine is Captain America because of the shield. Jamie is Thor, who's the Lancer. Vel is Iron Man, the smart guy. Rasper's the Hulk, and Clarion is Black Widow. So we're playing a little bit against gender type there. So yeah, the Witch Armor was fun. I got to deal some damage. I didn't say this at the table. Pamela's shield is really awesome because it can, you know, reduce the damage to 0 on a successful save. On a successful save, even with Witch Bolt, I said no damage on a successful save, which was, again, my way of sort of, it's either everything or nothing. There's no middle ground. So that was extra awesome that she got to do that. I didn't make mention of that to steal her thunder, which is sometimes as a DM you have to withhold information to let your players feel like they've accomplished something. You don't tell them that you fudge dice. You don't tell them that you have you limited HP, because you want to pimp your players, because that's what it is. We got some great character development out of Rasper. That was something that I've been really looking forward to, is waiting for Rasper to take that new step, and sort of give up some of his drinking, boozing ways to become, I don't want to say a better person, but a person that these guys can trust, and that he trusts himself enough to maybe be a little vulnerable or be a little calm, to not get totally drunk at this party. I shouldn't have so heavily-handed said that this is the first time he hasn't gotten drunk at a party, because I should have let that moment speak for itself. I regret doing that. But that was good. We got some more Darius stuff. Darius is a little more fun to play this time, because I've kind of settled into being less abusive towards Jamie, and more of just making him angry. I was really trying to prod Jamie towards the latter half of this episode to get him angry, which I don't know what that says about me, that how easily I can manipulate Brian into making role-playing decisions. And it's fun watching the triangle between Darius, Vel, and Jamie, because Vel is trying to find something redeemable in Darius, because he sort of feels like, since Vel is Davon's shadow, that like if Davon and Darius were friends, there must have been something that Davon saw in him, and I think he's looking for that. Whether or not he'll find it, I don't know. I highly doubt it, because Darius is kind of just a bad person. I mean, his prior job before traveling with these guys was helping the Cruel Portentia summon their devil god into the material plane. So he's kind of a immoral. Someone in the comments to last week's video called him like true neutral, like amorally neutral, and that is actually very accurate. He is completely like empirical, which is kind of an interesting way. I haven't actually ever seen a character played that way, at least like a PC played neutral from a scientific perspective, which could be really interesting, especially like a vivisectionist in Pathfinder. Could be really fun to play that way. So where they're not evil, they're just sort of like non-moral, amoral. Let's see, Clarion. Yeah, Clarion needs some, I need to give Clarion some stuff. He's so far away from all of his backstory stuff that it makes it hard. We'll have to go to, and now that Young Z is gone, we'll have to go out to Murray, and we'll have to give him some stuff. That's another hard balance, is making sure that all of your players have enough to do. Oh, the Christine Gregory fight. The Christine Gregory fight was fun. That's pretty much how Pamela and I fight. Is like kind of trying to. It felt very much. It felt very much like that. It's like, why do I feel this familiar energy? Oh, right. It's because this is how Pamela and I argue. And so that was fun. Kind of, again, a great way to give a summary of sort of the stuff that's happened in her storyline, with her coming to power, and then marrying right into this Nostromo family. And she did kind of know from the beginning that this would be happening, but I don't know if she's kind of right. Like, did she have a choice? Was this her only option? What else could she have done? And neither one of them is necessarily right. I personally am happy with the choices Christine made, because I think it's true to her character, that she doesn't want to do these backhanded dirty deals to let the Nostromos gain power. She is actively trying to protect her people. Whether or not that's going to be compatible with her and Gregory's relationship, we're going to have to see, because Gregory wants to be king of the Mammoth Mountains, and have that territory go all the way as even farther south than it has historically. So we'll see if they're able to keep it together later on, especially now that they go to Olengrad and face the wrath of Ulfin Nostromo. And the Cold Iron Wars, they're losing. And they're almost back up at the Cold Iron Gate. Meanwhile, I'm teasing some things here. Meanwhile, we do know that by the time this airs, Cress will be in Olengrad and probably down in the tunnels, witnessing the Cold Iron Wars firsthand. So we kind of have that exciting stuff. You can see we're starting to close the wagons, and things are coming to a head here. Next episode is going to be very interesting. You can see that the party's going 2 different places, and you're probably all thinking, how are they going to do that? Well, we'll show you how we're going to do that. But I'll save that as a surprise, how we're going to do that. So hope you enjoyed this afterwards. Please comment me, message me on Twitter. I love to talk about this stuff. Visit our subreddit and talk to us over there. Shoot us messages. We love hearing from you guys. So thanks for watching afterwards. Have a great rest of your week. See you Monday.